Imagine you're tasked with turning around a legendary football club, one famous not just for its passionate fans and iconic stadium, but also for its relentless, almost destructive pursuit of glory. Now picture this. Tottenham Hotspur, the perennial underachievers of North London, have just sacked another manager, mere weeks after lifting a European trophy. The press explodes, the fans are bewildered, and every expert is asking the same burning question. Is Thomas Frank the man who can finally break Tottenham's cycle of chaos? To understand why this appointment is making headlines across Europe, we have to take a closer look at Tottenham's troubled track record. Over the last 15 years, Spurs have dismissed more managers, 6 to be exact, than they have lifted trophies, which, for the record, stands at just 2. Despite a net spend of roughly £450 million on transfers since their last serious silverware, the club remains starved for sustained success. The message from the boardroom? Trophies are demanded, patience is in short supply, and every new face in the dugout is fighting a losing battle from day one. With Ange Postecoglou now gone, the spotlight has fallen squarely on Thomas Frank, the Danish tactician who transformed Brentford from championship hopefuls to Premier League mainstays. His win percentage at Brentford, just above 42% as of June 2025, has earned him praise from pundits and rivals alike. Frank's tactical flexibility would be a major asset for Tottenham, who need a manager capable of adapting to different opponents, said Gary Neville on Sky Sports. And with technical director Johan Lang, an old colleague from Frank's days at Lyngby BK, pulling strings behind the scenes, the stars seem to be aligning for this bold move. Yet nothing is ever simple in the cutthroat world of Premier League football. For Brentford, losing Frank is more than just a managerial change. It threatens to upend the very culture that has kept them punching above their weight. The club's average attendance last season was just over 17,000, but every seat feels the seismic impact of a departing mastermind. The rumored compensation fee for Frank is somewhere in the region of £10 million, a massive sum for Brentford, who have built their brand on shrewd business and smart recruitment. And then there's the domino effect. If Frank leaves, Brentford's eyes are set on Kieran McKenna, the young Northern Irish coach still considered one of England's brightest prospects, despite suffering relegation with Ipswich Town. Jamie Carragher put it bluntly, McKenna's rapid rise is impressive, but managing in the Championship is vastly different from the Premier League. For McKenna, this could be a shot at instant redemption or a risk that stalls his ascent on the big stage. But here's where things get truly complicated. Tottenham's revolving door of managers is infamous, and every candidate faces a unique, almost impossible pressure. Alan Shearer summed it up on BBC Sport. Tottenham need a manager who can handle the pressure and expectation that comes with managing a big club. So, will Thomas Frank be given the patience he needs to stamp his philosophy on this restless giant, or will he become just another casualty in Tottenham's relentless search for glory? As the negotiations intensify and the footballing world holds its breath, one question looms large. Can Frank change Tottenham's fate, or will history repeat itself yet again? But what happens next if Thomas Frank takes the Tottenham job? The future is a high-stakes puzzle for all sides. Frank, hailed for his tactical flexibility, faces a challenge unlike any he has seen before. As Gary Neville put it, Frank's tactical flexibility would be a major asset for Tottenham, who need a manager capable of adapting to different opponents. Yet at Tottenham, tactical adaptability is only half the battle. The club's notorious impatience, 6 managers sacked in the last 15 years, suggests any new coach stands on a razor's edge from the first day. If Frank moves, Brentford's plan to target Kieran McKenna brings its own drama. McKenna, once a caretaker at Manchester United, earned praise for guiding Ipswich to back-to-back promotions, but as Jamie Carragher warns, managing in the Championship is vastly different from the Premier League. McKenna could be a revelation, or another cautionary tale. His leap to Brentford would thrust him into a Premier League survival fight, with the club's modest average attendance of just over 17,000 and a wage bill dwarfed by bigger rivals. For Tottenham, the risks and opportunities are immense. Frank's arrival could spark a new era, if he receives the stability and support that have been missing for over a decade. Right now, Tottenham's net transfer spend since their last trophy stands at approximately £450 million. Despite this spending, the club has celebrated only 2 trophies in the last decade and a half. This statistic alone exposes the deep-rooted issues: recruitment, short-termism, and relentless pressure from above. The question is, can Frank demand and receive the patience and resources he needs? Or will he become the seventh managerial casualty under Daniel Levy since 2009? For viewers and football fans, there's a lesson here that goes beyond Tottenham's walls. The world of elite management, whether in football, technology, or business, is not only about expertise, but about having the right conditions to succeed. Stability, clear strategy, and patience are the foundations of any genuine transformation. As Alan Shearer bluntly said, Tottenham need a manager who can handle the pressure and expectation that comes with managing a big club. But that manager also needs a club willing to give them time. If you're managing a team, or even just watching your club from the stands, ask yourself, do you demand instant results, or do you believe in long-term vision? Tottenham's story is a stark reminder that endless changes at the top rarely deliver the results anyone wants. Consistency and a clear plan trump impulsive decisions, whether you're running a football club or leading a business project. So, can Thomas Frank break Tottenham's cycle of chaos, or is he destined to be the next victim? The answer depends on whether the club is finally ready to change along with its manager. Frank's track record, over 42% win rate at Brentford, tactical adaptability, and a strong relationship with technical director Johan Lang, gives him a fighting chance. But unless Tottenham's leadership learns from the past and embraces long-term thinking, even the most talented coach is likely to fall short. And here's a secret fact about Frank that few know. Before he ever made his mark in English football, Frank actually coached Johan Lang, Tottenham's current technical director, during their time together in Danish football over a decade ago. Their shared history could be the key to true collaboration behind the scenes, setting the stage for real change, if the club lets it happen. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on football's biggest stories and management secrets, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Let us know in the comments, do you believe Thomas Frank is the man to break Tottenham's curse? Or will we be back here in 12 months, dissecting another sacking? Your voice matters.